guys, so today we're going to look at some of the eye products from the new XX range from Revolution. Don't know if I might be pronouncing it XX or 20 like the Roman numeral, but it's the new one they brought out. So I bought so much from this range. This is going to be split across two videos. I couldn't even pick up all the eye products to do one thumbnail, so bear with me. So they brought out everything, even eye related, they brought out everything, you know, palettes, individual shadows, looks and liquid ones, eyeliners, just crazy. So let's go with the big palette first of all. I got the Platinum palette. It's all like mother of pearl, and I've got a smudge of foundation on it. It's all like mother of pearl. So there was a couple of ones that were in this sort of range, but this is the one that spoke to me most. So it was £16, and you've got 12 shadows in here, and look at them, and really good mirror. So net weight 10 grams, and it's £16. The Arl Shimmer, so it's definitely like a supporting palette rather than a standalone. So there's that, and then I got a quad as well. Where is that for the price? Honestly, they just brought out so much, I'm just like scrolling forever trying to find stuff. But I think there's at least about 5 of these ones. Quads were £10. I bought the shade Extortion, which is these gorgeous greens. Like, I couldn't not pick that up. I did buy 2 of the loose shadows, and I can only see one. There's the other one. Let me see, where were you guys so I can find your price? I would love to just look at my invoice for my delivery, but they don't print prices on them. So these are £14 each, and you get 0.4 grams. It's definitely a little bit pricier than the palettes. Oh, the quad, by the way, sorry. 4 of 1.2 grams. So that's those. There was quite a few shades of these, but I'm just going to leave all the links down below because, like I said, there's far too much in this collection to go through everything. I bought one of the liquid shadows. Now I know they were further up. I've missed them. Yeah, so these are £10, and I don't know how much you get. I got the shade Frill, which is a greeny purple duochrome. I don't think the measurement's going to be on there. So it's just got a little pointy applicator. Kind of their take on like the Stila liquid metal type of shadows. And then I got a liner. So this is one of their chrome liners, and this was £10. And what was the shade I got? Voltage. And let's narrow this down to the eye section, because so it is one of the kind of burgundy gold duochromes, which is kind of a popular combination, but it's just showing purple on the camera. Oh well, what can you do? And there was an eyeliner pen, but it was a felt nib, which I don't like, so I missed it. And then there was a gel eyeliner, which they're called the Impact gel liner, and it was £10. So I bought that to have a little go. I will say the packaging for this collection was really, really pretty, but also it didn't match. So I mean, I took everything out of the boxes and they're just like kind of kicking around. But like, you know, across the range, you know, the boxes just don't match each other, which it's not like it's a problem, but it just looks kind of weird, and I don't know. I don't know, I'm used to like a collection and a brand being kind of matching, and it just wasn't. Anyway, I've done my makeup using this today, tried to fit as much of this as possible onto my eyes, and let's see how that went. Right, so let's go. I almost feel like I'm doing a challenge video as well, you know, how many eyeshadows can I fit into one set of eyes? So, I don't even think I have anything that's going to work as a transition shade, So we're skipping that. So let's start with this green palette. In fact, I'll use this one as a bit of a transition and then use this one. So I'm going to try and do a kind of spotlight halo eye, because I think that's how I'm going to be able to fit in the most, basically. So, ooh, that's nice. It's really blendable. It's quite pigmented. I mean, I'm using a really soft blending brush and I'm just tapping it in. And that's quite a lot of colour built up already. Right. This is going to be the longest day filming I think I've done in a while, because I bought so much. Okay. That looks fairly even. So then I'm going to get a smaller brush. This is the Juno & Co one, and I'm going to go into the more kind of teal colour. I've decided to like this brush for doing this kind of look because it's small, and it just fits in so nicely to try and do, like, filling that inner corner bit, as well as the inner corner, and leaving the middle blank. It's just easier to do with this than with a big brush. That's what I'm trying to say. So I am working later today, so if I'm rushing, that's why. Again, this is nice and pigmented and it's blending. These feel so buttery soft as I'm like putting them on. Like, honestly, if somebody handed me this without any branding on it, well, effectively without this one label on the back, and I was playing with it, I wouldn't think it was a Revolution palette. So I'm just gonna close that end off a little bit. Okay, so I can't not try the Duochromes, right? So I got one of the liquid shadows in the shade Frill. It's not quite picking up the green on camera, but trust me, there's a green shift in there, so it's hopefully going to go with what we've just done. So it's got a little doe foot applicator. I've wiped off like the most of the product, and so I'm just going to apply it with this, and then I'm going to tap it in with my finger, I think. But this has got a nice kind of pointy end for doing the placement. This is way more purple. And I mean purple in real life, not just in camera. It's just pulling purple. I'm not really seeing any of that duochrome. I mean, you can see it like a tiny bit on my fingers where I've tapped. I don't know why I used two different fingers. Right, well, I also bought the loose shadow duochrome, so let's try a tiny bit of that. This is in the shade Rush. It's definitely more green, so it's got a little seal on it and a tiny little sifter. It's very cute. So again, other tiny Juno & Co brush. This is when I normally get up for work. Okay. I mean, it's a pretty shadow, but it's not. It's not really coming across duochrome, it's just coming across lime green. Which is, you know, I mean it works with the eye look we've done, but not what I wanted. Okay. I wanted something a bit brighter going on. Don't think the colours in this palette are going to be the best for this. I'm just going to quickly dip into this really, really bright one and see if we can... Wait, is this a pressed glitter? No, it's not. Whew. It just had a weird texture when I put the brush on it there. Yeah, that's it. That's our friend. That's our highlight in the centre of the eyeballs friend. Okay, cool. That's me finished this stage of the eyes. Next I'm going to go and do my skin. So that's probably going to be in a different video, or this is going to be mega long. Right, on with the rest of the eye makeup. Yeah, this has just turned out looking like a green smoky eye, which is kind of bugging me slightly. I wanted those duochromes to be way more like, wow, in your face, look at me, if you're not. I'm just going to quickly do most of the same colours underneath. I can't say I'm going to bother redoing the liquid duochrome. That would be a lot of effort for not a lot of payoff. I'm just being honest, I'm sorry. Same little duochrome pot. Come on. There we go. Phew. Thought it was not going to come out there. This first application, I just kind of ran the brush over the sifter and got the stuff that was like kind of just jammed in there. And I'm going to take more of that shade we used in the very centre of the eye and just do like a crazy inner corner highlight, because why not? So I keep rubbing my eyeshadow brush off on my shorts, which is classy as anything. Oh, there's so many colours in this palette I want to play with. Okay. That is like the most amazing white blue duochrome that I've played with in ever. Look at that. It's like wet. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm blown away by that. So, I also bought the gel liner. Now this comes with a brush which I have no interest in using, okay? I do not like angled brushes for liner, and this just doesn't feel nice either. It feels quite stiff, more like a brow brush. I'm going to use my little tiny My Kit Pro brush. So I definitely did not need black eyeliner, but somebody had asked me for a recommendation of like an affordable black eyeliner, and I couldn't give them one anymore because the only one I could think of is discontinued. Theme of the video, discontinued products. No, it's not. But the last liner I tried from Revolution was a disaster, so I'm really nervous because I actually like this, how this turned out. So this is really, really soft so far. But it was the wear that let down the, was it the Life Proof one or something from them? Okay. So first off, it's really soft, which makes for an easier application. Because you can be really like light-handed with it. And it is very pigmented. Both of which make for an easy application because you're not kind of like working over and over and over in the same area. But I'm hoping it does kind of set down. I'm just going to do a wee line on my hand there and just leave it for a while so I can check if it does set well or not. I mean, look how thin a wing you can get with that. Okay, no lie, if this lasts all day, it's going to replace my Inglot liner. It's just so smooth to work with, it's beautiful. So, I did also buy one of the Duochrome liquid liners. Not sure there's anywhere I can reasonably work this in. We're going to look at it and see. I'm going to draw another wee line on the back of my hand and see whether there's anywhere I feel I can work this in. I was thinking about doing like a double liner. It's very much the purple gold. I could do a double line underneath actually on the outside. Let's just go with it. What's the shade for this one? Magnetics? Is that right? No, Voltage. Magnetics is just all of them. Am I about to screw up? Make it look I'm actually enjoying? Possibly. Okay, you can kind of barely see it using it there, but you know, it'll let us test its wear and things, won't it? I do like the applicator. It is a very, very liquidy formula. In fact, the bit I've put on my hand has actually kind of bled a bit around the edges. Why did I swatch it in the most awkward position of my hand? You can see that there, it's like bled around the edges, that's how liquidy it is. In fact, like there's like an actual drip, just like whoop, and it actually fell off on my finger. So I don't think I've ever seen a liquid liner that's that liquid. I feel stupid saying that, but you guys know what I mean. So that's a bit strange. Okay, so it does look like that liner sets down. There's a wee tiny smudge at the very thick end. So fingers crossed it all sets down in my eyes. Mascara, I didn't buy one from this collection. I don't think there was one. Might be wrong. But again, I've got lots of mascara. So the 2 layers of the top lashes, and then that is us done, and I can go and walk Flynn. This is totally walking the dog makeup, isn't it? I mean, his wee harness is green and blue, so I am going to do something with my lips, just like I said, everything I wanted from the lip section was sold out. So yeah, so this is the finished eye look. Where's my phone? So it is 5 to 8 just now, and yeah, we're going to go about our day and see how this holds up. Right, so back for a quick check-in for these eye products. So it is 25 to 1 just now. I have an unexpected update. See that swatch I put in my hand? I've washed my hands multiple times and it's still there. So I now have high hopes for that gel eyeliner as being a good kind of budget-friendly option. The eyeshadow still looks pretty much the same. I've got a tiny bit of wear on the outer corner of one eye, nothing drastic, and yeah, I can still see the liner, the Duochrome one. It's just not that spectacular. It's the same as the other Duochrome products that I've tried from them, you know, other than this guy, which is amazing. But like the eyeshadow and the liquid eyeshadow, I just feel like there's only really one colour pulling through, which is a little disappointing. And you know, it's really liquidy and sheer, so maybe it would work better as like a topper. So I might try that later when I'm about to take my makeup off. I'll try it on top of the black liner, but at the moment I really want to see if that black liner does continue to perform, you know, as well as it has been, because if so, it might be a new favourite. So I'll be back. Right, so first check-in for the eyes. It is 25 past 7 and mixed feelings about this. So from a distance we look okay, a little bit lived in on the kind of lower lash line, but you know, we can live with that. That's fairly normal. I didn't put any primer down there, it just went straight on top of my foundation, so there is that. The middle has worn away completely on both sides. The outer edge is still there on this side, but not on this one, so that's not particularly great. The inner corner highlight, which was from the Mother of Pearl palette, no, Platinum palette. Why is it a Mother of Pearl style in the front? Anyway, the eyeliner, the Duochrome one, almost entirely gone on one side and just really faded and unimpressive on the other. So that I'm already just going, nah, no. The Duochrome didn't show up at all. I did say I was going to try it on top of black. I'm just going to try it on the swatches on my hand, because to be honest with you, I don't even want to put it on my face. No, that actually looks worse. Because it's just like so liquidy, it just looks really muddy and it's still, you know, bleeding. Maybe other shades of this are better, but I don't know, it's just so thin and watery. I mean, you can actually see just how liquidy it is. Come on, focus, you can do it, camera. You can do it. Right? Because look, right, empty. Liquid. You know? So it's just not got a thick enough consistency to get the colour payoff for anything to really show other than a tiny bit of a shimmery shade. So, disappointed in that one. The black eyeliner, it's doing so good on this side. We've got a tiny bit of an imprint on this side. And it's kind of worn away a little bit. The eyeshadow is also creasing on this side. So I'm kind of gutted. Again, I'm kind of hesitant because I use so many new things. I'll maybe use just that quad when I'm doing my makeup tomorrow and see. I don't know, there's so many new things. I usually don't go along with liquid and cream shadows. They tend to crease on me, so perhaps I was being way too optimistic trying to use this. I also now wonder what this would be like on top of a black base, if that would show up the duochrome any stronger. And while we're playing, let's do that. So I just took way too much of that eyeliner out of the pot. Oh well, let's play with everything. Why not? I'm finished work for the day. Can play if I want to. I mean, that just shows you how lovely and smooth and pigmented that liner is. So, can I do this in the camera? Can I do this in like reverse? Okay. So that looks like it does better with a bit of a black base. This is an eyeshadow brush that I don't particularly like, so let's gunk it up. Okay, now it's back to just being a slightly unimpressive shimmery purple with no other tones to it. Okay, I'll just do the eyeliner again. Well, there's a clearer way for you guys to see it. So that looks slightly better. But again, it's still just pulling. In camera it looks purple. In real life it's just the kind of rusty red is all that's really showing. Which is strange because in the packet it's kind of like a gold sheen and like a reddy purple, so that's just a bit strange. Anyway, where's the loose shadows? They've gone loose. So the green one we tried today and it just looked very, very lime green, although we did acknowledge that we put it on top of a base that wasn't particularly great. That could affect it. So that's it there. I'm getting a slightly more dimension, but I'm not blown away. And then the purple one didn't even open out this morning. I was in so much of a rush trying to get ready for work doing this video at the same time. And let's have a go with this. Shouldn't hold a loose pigment in my hand while I'm trying to do this. That's better fun. What are you like on your own? Since we haven't played with you yet. Fairly underwhelming on your own. Okay. Yeah, I can see a lot more of the duochrome in that one than I can with the green, but definitely the loose pigments seem to be a lot better than the liquid duochrome products. Yeah, I think these eye products kind of need another day. I'm going to do my makeup tomorrow, like I said. I'm going to use just palettes, not put the cream eyeshadow on, and do the eyeliner again, because again, maybe that's affected by how my skin reacts to like liquidy creamy products. Who knows? I'm going to test it and find out. So stay tuned, basically. I'll be back tomorrow. Right, so like I said I would, I gave the eyeshadows another shot without using any of the liquid shadow, because like I said, I have issues every time I use a kind of liquid shadow, so it is possible that it's just something that my skin won't tolerate. That extra moisture is just going to always cause me problems, and it's looking like that might have been the case this time. So I actually used two different primers today as well. I used the Barry M on my right side and the P. Louise on the left, just in case it was the base as well, but it's been fine. So I didn't do anything spectacularly fancy today. I used the same greens from the Extortion palette, as I'd used the first time round. So, you know, this guy is a transition, this guy in the crease, and then I took the purple out of the Platinum palette for my lid shade, because I just really wanted to play with that. So as you can see, it has transferred up quite a bit, but it's still pretty vibrant. It's not creased. The gel liner as well is much better and hasn't transferred today. So again, it just seems like that extra kind of moisture from the liquid shadow was something that my eye skin won't tolerate. So, okay. Breaking it down, there is a lot of eyeshadow in this collection, so it's going to be very difficult to be like a one answer of whether it's all good or not. The gel liner, yeah, love it, brilliant. We'll be reaching for this a lot. If you've been looking for a drugstore affordable gel liner, then have a look at this one. So much better than the last pot gel liner that I tried from Revolution. The liquid eyeshadow, which I can't even find where I've put it right now. I just bought so many products. Okay, but I went over this earlier anyway. When I swatched them and stuff, the colours were just really disappointing. So when it comes to the Duochrome products, the only ones that I kind of rate are the loose shadows. They are pretty. They're not as duochrome as I want them to be, but a lot of the time products aren't. I've bought other kind of pressed duo multi-chrome eyeshadows and I've felt slightly disappointed. Maybe I had like unrealistic expectations because I see all these swatches online where they're like so clearly it's this colour, this colour, this colour, and it's a bit more subtle in real life. But you know, for me, the liquid ones were just not pretty at all. The palettes, I'd say they're slightly nicer than the normal Revolution palettes, but there does seem to be a shortage of mattes. Now, I haven't sat and went through every single palette that they've got, but certainly from what I got, there's shimmer, 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 and some more shimmer. I kind of haven't touched in this guy. Oh, that was so silky. Yeah, so that's such a really cool metallic green. I was worried that might have been a bit chunky glittery, but actually it's really pretty. So I do like this palette. It's mainly the colour scheme that I love it for. But I wish it had a matte in it. I just wish it had. I mean, that peachy one is just like a wishy-washy, standardy highlight colour. I don't know, take that out and put in like a matte, really dark green or black. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have a nice little highlight eyeshadow colour, but ultimately you can use your face highlight for that anyway, so it's not something that I would ever miss from an eyeshadow palette, if that makes sense. The Platinum palette, I mean, the two colours I've tried from this have been absolutely beautiful. The other one that I want to reach for is this kind of greeny brown duochrome, which, you know, it's a colour that's been done a lot, I guess. Although the more I angle that, the more it turns like really pink rather than brown. But yeah, it's just such a nice colour. There's a reason that colour comes up a lot. Yeah. Then this was this shade here. I thought it looked really pretty, but it's really, really sheer, and actually would be a really, really gorgeous inner corner highlight. I can see myself reaching for that again. But this is the closest that I've got to a matte shadow, I would say. The black in the top corner there. And it's got shimmer for it. But that's the closest we've got to a matte from everything that I've bought. And as you can see, it's not the blackest black, as well as having shimmer for it. So, hard pass on the liquid duochromes. Everything else, if you like the colours, go for it. The formula for the powder shadows does seem to be a lot softer and butterier than other Revolution shadows that I've tried. They definitely feel more high end. So yeah, I will definitely be keeping these around. We'll definitely use them again. If you've got any questions, leave them down below and we'll get back to you. And if you've tried any of these products, let us know how you've got on with them. Maybe you've got a different opinion from me. Put that down there. All opinions should be shared, should be valid. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.